We've made it in our hotel here in Boston, and this will evolve into Blackout, probably somewhere in New York. I'm also going to sell this to a stranger that I've never met before. I knew that it would be easy. I didn't realize it'd be this easy. This is a beautiful grow. We're literally doing this on the go. Root hairs, and those are the mining structures that sentry into the substrate, which in this case is coco coir. Increasing that gut flora with these things, they act like quicker picker-uppers, some Brussels britches going through your internal intestines. And it also expands that gut microbiome and increases that gut flora. All the water that we put in that tray has been wicked by this root structure.
Thank
Awesome.
you. There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Take care.
I'm going to show you guys how simple and easy it is to grow this hobby microgreens kit by planting it and taking it on a road trip all the way to Boston and growing this literally in a vehicle. I'm also going to sell this to a stranger that I've never met before in Boston to show you how well accepted microgreens are and how easy it is to start a microgreens business. So the very first step that we're going to do is take this tray that the hobby kit comes with. By the way, this is down below in the link in the description, this hobby grow kit is. And we are going to put it inside a green tray for the reservoir, or the blue tray. Blue tray looks more like water, so we'll use the blue tray. And then you're gonna just take the brick of soil that it comes with. This ends up being a couple gallons of soil. Add water to the brick, and in a few minutes, the brick will look just like this. So then you're gonna take and put your soil into the black tray with holes. The holes are important because it allows that soil to self-wick, meaning it's gonna drink when it wants to, and it's gonna allow the roots to breathe when it needs to. And on top of that, it is going to contribute to hygienic soil, which reduces pests, eliminates pests really, and mold. So those are the two biggest things that people are afraid about with growing things indoors. And I have neutralized those things for the indoor vertical farming and gardening, which is the future of food. So what I'm doing here is I'm just making a nice level pad for this hobby microgreens grow kit, and you're going to make it look just like that. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add in some broccoli seeds. So we're going to put some broccoli seeds here, and we're just going to make sure it's a nice level plane, and we're going to plant them dense but not crowded, and it's going to look like that. Let's do a little close-up of that, real good and nice. So as you can see here, all over the place, it is just nice, even seeding. And then we're going to mist it. We're gonna do this so that those seeds are coaxed out of dormancy and are given the correct signals to come alive to start their growth process. So we're gonna initiate this with seed to soil contact, so pressure. We're also gonna initiate this with moisture, and we're also going to initiate this with darkness. And that's where this last tray comes in, and that last tray can look just like that. And that is the germination station. After you apply a little bit of that pressure, you're basically pushing those seeds into that substrate, the soil, the coco coir here. And now you are able to try some different varieties out. So these varieties here can also be planted in 5x5 sections, and these are like Legos. It's a really cool touch to be able to do this. And what we'll do is we will try all 4 varieties, and we'll fill this up all with soil. And we're gonna do the broccoli that has the sulforaphane in it, which is really healthy for the body because it helps the good cells eat the bad cells. And we're also going to do some sweet peas, which has that iconic sweet crunch on the palate as far as the taste profile or the texture profile. Speaking in palate terms or chef terms for building salads and for garnishing, We're also going to do some sunflower, which is the most buttery, fresh, delicious, non-abrasive flavor texture that you can pretty much grow in microgreens as far as people trying them for the first time. And last but not least, we have some radish. And that radish is going to provide a nice a nice spicy kick to whatever it is that you're putting on the radish for tacos, burgers, whatever it is. And in here, we're just going to level out that soil as well in each one of these cells. And we're going to just provide a nice fluffy, level, even substrate for these seeds. And from there, we're going to plant the broccoli again. Just like so. And then we're going to plant some radish. Just like so. Some sweet pea. And some sunflower. Now we are going to take the 5x5 tray and we're going to press it down for seed to soil contact on the sunflowers and on the peas. So they are pressed in a little bit more, and then we are going to mist these real nice and good to initiate that germination. And you're just making sure that you're getting everything nice and saturated. Look at that. That is starting to just look nice there. So, just like that, we have got our Microgreens Hobby Grow Kit that is going to look similar to these trays and these trays here as well when they are all done growing in just 5 to 6 days. In just this amount of space, this could literally feed a family of 5 to 7 people for a night of dinner or a few nights of dinner, depending on how many greens that you and your family like to eat. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, so follow us along for the ride. We have arrived in Ohio. So this is how the grow kit's doing. We don't really have any signs of germination except for really up close here. You can start to see it popping the seed hulls. And of course, day 1 in germination station, we're going to keep it in the germination station, and this will evolve into blackout, probably somewhere in New York. We've made it in our hotel here in Boston, and let's check on our grow kit. So right off the bat, we can see some of these root hairs poking out of our radish. So that is a good sign. And we have some germination activity also in our broccoli. And look at those sunflowers starting to show that germination activity as well. And the peas. So we're gonna actually squirt the peas a little bit, give them a little bit more moisture. We can get away with that because they have such hard hulls. And then let's check out our bottom tray as well. Oh yeah, so that is communicating to me that a lot of those root hairs are out, and it's time to flip the germination station into blackout. And then we'll keep all of these guys in germination station. And we will check back up on it after we go get some seafood tomorrow. All right, day 3, let's see what's under the hood. Ooh, so check this out, folks. I want you to pay attention. A lot of beginners are going to think that this is mold. What the hairs are, the white hairs, are actually root hairs. And those are the mining structures that sentry into the substrate, which in this case is coco coir. And once they communicate moisture and nutrients or acceptable environment, it will transfer that information to the seed center, and then it will pop that cotyledon. The reason why these are yellow and translucent is because they haven't been able to photosynthesize, hence why we call this stage blackout. And the reason why we do that is it has the ability to stretch them, grow them faster in a shorter amount of time, and that's great for a microgreens business. So what we're gonna do with these is we're gonna let them start eating light, and then we're gonna give them their first water, but let's check out on our variety trays as well. So right off the bat, I can tell this radish is also ready to come out of blackout. They're in the same type of situation, so this is the difference between the radish species and the broccoli species. This is a brassica. This radish is a root vegetable, and they just have a thicker cotyledon. They just got more hardware down there, if you will. And now we're going to note that there is a little sunflower growing amongst these broccolis, and they are in the same identical position as the larger tray is. And check out these sunflowers. This is a really cool demonstration of that is what a sunflower seed looks like in the gas station when you buy it without the shell. And that's what's inside of a sunflower seed if you were to spit seeds at the gas station. And this is a direct window into exactly when you want to take these sunflowers and put them into blackout. When you see the white tips like we did a day ago, you want to let the seed to soil contact stay there, because guess what? It's going to force, that weight is going to force this down into the substrate instead of all over the place and maybe growing up. So now what we're going to do is flip this into blackout, because we still want them to grow up. And then look at these sweet peas. Same situation. We're starting to see the little fingers, and that's a good sign for us once we see these little bent fingers to give them some blackout. So that's what we'll do, and we're going to water them now. So now we are in the watering stage. As soon as they come out of blackout, we want to pour some water in the reservoir tray, which is blue in this case, and you want to do it about a cup or two as soon as they come out of blackout. And then just make sure you're tamping down the corners so that this self-wicking black tray can wick up and drink when it wants to, and the root hairs also are provided oxygen. And then we are going to take the other tray that comes in this grow kit, and we are going to fill that up as well. Just a little bit more here. About a quarter of the way up the tray is fine when they just first come out of the blackout. And now, any household item to cover these up for those extracurricular blackouts. Again, this is the expert way to do this, so if you guys just follow along with this, you will be able to get these grown, eaten, and sold in 6 days. And then from here, we're going to watch these yellow translucent microgreens, broccoli, radish come to life. Day 4, so right off the bat, you can notice that the translucent yellow color has gone away with the photosynthesis initiating within all of our varieties. And then the second thing you'll notice is all the water that we put in that tray has been wicked by this root structure. And that's why this kit is so awesome. It allows these grows to be hygienic. It allows those roots to drink when they need to drink and also be dry when they need to be dry. Very cool in the variety section here. You can start to see these roots from these peas starting to century out and drink up what's left of the water in these trays. And yesterday it was cool because we actually went out to Cape Cod and found some rocks in the Atlantic Ocean. I'll show you guys those in a second. But this is really looking good for day 4, and honestly, I knew that it would be easy. I didn't realize it'd be this easy. This is a beautiful grow. We're literally doing this on the go. So let me show you guys those rocks real quick. We're gonna fill up this water reservoir, but first I wanted to show you a few of my favorite rocks that we found. This came out of the Atlantic Ocean. I really like these when they're wet. They're translucent. This was my favorite rock that we got. Looks like there's some jade in there. So, a little bag of goodies. And today, the main event, we're going to our friend Emily's wedding. But this is what we're going to do here. We're going to take this water and we're going to fill it at about cup, or at least fill up the bottom of the tray. Now when they're young like this and they've already drank a lot, we don't want to overwater them. So err on the side of sparing. Same thing here. And these will just continue to eat sun and to mine the substrate for minerals and grow up to be delicious superfood microgreen salads. We'll keep you in the loop.
Alright guys, so we were just driving down this back road of New York, upstate New York particularly, and it is day 6 that we have our greens, and this half is ready to be harvested, but this half we're going to let grow a little bit more, but we have this fresh harvest. So we are going to stop at this farm here, and we're going to see if they want to try them, and maybe we can get a little sale going. I don't.
They may not look the best, but they'll give
Yeah,
us
well,
a-
I don't want to scare them off, you know, with the shears.
No, you should have flour.
All right, we'll set these down, we'll set them here for sanitary purposes, I guess. Okay. No. I hope somebody's home.
Okay, calm down.
Hi.
Hi.
We are from North Fresh Farm, and we are in the area, and we are selling microgreens. Have you ever heard of a microgreen before?
No, never.
Okay, so microgreens are 40 times more nutrient dense than the actual vegetable itself. So you're getting more nutrients quicker into your body. They're really good for anybody who has ailments, or cancer patients are love with broccoli sprouts because they have so much more nutrients than the actual broccoli itself. Would you like to try some?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna just take this right here, and don't be alarmed, these are just shears. And I see you guys have a farm, so you probably know what shears are anyways. And I'm gonna just cut you a little bit of this broccoli here and give you a little sample.
Oh, glorious. Just eat it the way it is?
Yeah, just eat it. You can eat it stem and all. A lot of people will ask that question, but the whole thing can be eaten.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Can you kind of, every time I have broccoli, it tastes like, when I start moving it around, I'm like, man, it kind of does remind me of like broccoli cheese soup. Even though there's no cheese, but like you taste that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's
I love
good.
it. So fresh and,
Yeah.
oh, love it. Yeah.
Well, would you like to purchase them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It will be $24.
24. Okay. Right, can you hold that for a second?
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Take care.
What a powerful experience this has all been. I mean, taking this from seed and growing it in a vehicle, traveling way across the United States to a place we've never been before, and watching it grow on the go, selling it to a stranger that we've never met before, and proving how awesome microgreens are, how easy they are, how delicious and versatile they are, how nutritious they are, how easily sold they can be. This is totally possible from you to me, from me to you. This is something that you can do in your spare time. This takes 15 hours a week maximum, and that's thousands of dollars a week. You know, that's selling to a few places, keeping yourself busy. This is something where you can teach your kids a fundamental lesson, growing your own food, rediscovering the skills of old, turning back the time, becoming more self-sufficient and less dependent on the corporate power structures, having the important conversations. This is something that you can improve your health. This is a superfood written in my book. I explain how this is covered by scientists all over the world that are publishing in peer-reviewed medical journals, published all across the world, how these are 40 times more nutrient dense to 260 times more nutrient dense than their fully grown vegetable counterparts. This is the superfood, folks. This is microgreens. And this is also a sustainable unlimited food loop. This is a way that you can have a gateway drug to homesteading. If you've ever wanted land, if you've ever wanted to get out of the apartment, if you've ever wanted to get out of the city, if you've ever wanted to have chickens, this is the gateway drug to it all. You get your hands dirty, you're able to feed your flock, you're able to compost, you're able to do it all with this sustainable unlimited food loop. So please subscribe. Please check out our website, linked in the description, growingfruition.com. And please go on all the socials, Instagram, North Fresh Farm is our Instagram handle, Facebook, everything. And do this because we want to be the change that we want to see in the world, folks. This is bigger than just salads. This is bigger than just side hustles. This is what we need to do. If everyone grew their own food, we would have way less of a disease crisis. There would be almost no diseases that we're familiar with if every single person grew their own food. Most diseases would disappear if people all grew their own food. And that's something I'm passionate about. I want to start healing the land through the Lord and through people's gut. Increasing that gut flora with these things. They act like quicker picker-uppers, some Brussels britches going through your internal intestines. And it also expands that gut microbiome and increases that gut flora. That sets off a chain reaction in your bloodstream, increases your brain-derived neurotropic factor, balances hormones, improves mental clarity, basically just allows you to be at an optimal operating setting as a human biological organism. And that is very important because what you put in is what you can get out. And if you put in living nutrition that you just snip off of the stem and enter into your situation, then you can get out more life when you put in more life. So from me to you, thank you for tuning in. I hope you had fun with the adventure. So grow in your fruits, and God bless you.